So now I'm going to do something a little bit different today. I'm going to have a few sips of water along the way. That's been the the comments in the comment section is to have a drink along the way, because I think my mouth sounds a bit dry, and also I'm going to have a go at more eating today. Less talking and more eating, just to do something a little bit the same, but a little bit different at the same time. So I've got a few little facts about Anzac biscuits that I'll go through first. And Anzac biscuits are popular in Australia and New Zealand. And Anzac, ANZAC, stands for Australia, Australian and New Zealand Army Corps. And these biscuits first sort of started to be made during World War One, around 1916 was the first recorded entry in a newspaper, I think maybe from Perth, of these biscuits being made. And these biscuits were made either to send over to the Australian and New Zealand troops fighting overseas, or they were baked and sold locally in Australia and New Zealand to raise funds for the war. It's either one of those two options. People aren't exactly sure now, over 100 years on, what the point, no, not the point, or what the purpose, or what the initial reason was, but they're really a really nice biscuit. I better take a bite, I suppose. I'll have a sip. Now the biscuits are made with rolled oats, flour, sugar, butter or margarine, golden syrup, baking soda and boiling water. And they're still a popular biscuit to make at home, but these ones have been made commercially, and they came from Woolworths. But these are still quite a sort of a soft biscuit. I'll have another bite. Though I remember the ones that we made as a kid were a lot harder. But anyway, I enjoy the hard biscuits, and I also enjoy these soft ones as well. bites that I've read in the comments section recently were, one was, and this was on by a number of people, was to eat more, talk less, eat more. And the second one was to drink during the videos, so I'm having a sip of water. People did also say during the freckles video a couple of videos ago that I should take bigger bites, but I think sometimes the smaller bites fits better with the video, but yeah, I'm not too sure. That's just my opinion, I suppose, but other people have different opinions. I wonder if, now that I'm looking at the water there, because obviously this is flat, this is horizontal, but when you view it on the screen, you're going to be viewing it as vertical, more as a vertical screen. So I wonder if it looks weird that the water's there and it's not kind of pouring out. Anyway, I don't know the answer to that question. I might just put it to one side and move the biscuits back in the middle, the biscuits back in the middle. So I'll have another bite. I'm filming this video at about 11 o'clock at night, which is kind of late for eating biscuits, I suppose. Sort of something you might have morning tea, afternoon tea. But anyway, had a couple of big bites. Better have a drink. They're really nice, these biscuits. They're sweet biscuits. Lots of sugar. They got that kind of like a sticky, gooey kind of texture. Not sticky, more of a gooey texture. So that's makes them very sort of chewy, sweet and chewy. Oops. Anzac Biscuits. You know, the more I research these videos about snack foods that are popular in Australia, I find that they're also popular in New Zealand, Australia and New Zealand, and often nowhere else in the world, just Australia and New Zealand, which is kind of, well, I don't know if it's strange, but you'd sort of think we'd, well, I guess I didn't realise we had so many things in common with New Zealand, but, you know, they're fairly close. I think it's, is it a 4-hour from Sydney to Auckland in New Zealand, but Sydney to Perth on the other side of Australia is a 6-hour flight, so it's sort of closer if you're living in Sydney. It's closer to go to New Zealand than the other side of Australia. I wonder how long it takes to get to Darwin. Probably it might take six hours to get to Darwin, perhaps. I just don't know. Not that actually anybody's flying anywhere in Australia at the moment, but that's another story. Okay, 2 more biscuits to go. Rolled oats, flour, sugar, butter or margarine, golden syrup. I think golden syrup is sort of it's like a dark, sort of a treacly, sugary treacly thing. I should have really researched exactly what that was. It sort of looks a bit like honey, but I think it's made from sugar. Kind of like molasses, but not quite so. Sort of thick and strong tasting. More sort of sugary. More like honey, I suppose, is golden syrup. And then baking soda and boiling water. Then obviously once you make the biscuits, then you've got to put them in the oven for them to bake. Now that I'm on my last biscuit, I'll see how many people are still watching at this point, and I'll say I'm just going to break off a little piece of biscuit and I'll pop that in my mouth. And I'll also say that don't forget that this is a towel and not carpet. Just to see if people are still watching this late in the video. And see if people put a comment in the comment section about it. Enjoy breaking off these biscuits and eating them. place to go. A quick sip. And the last pieces. 1. And 2. Okay, there we go. I've eaten 4 Anzac Biscuits. Some Anzac Biscuits, originally developed during World War One, either to send to the troops overseas as a long-lasting biscuit, or they were baked in Australia and New Zealand and sold locally to raise funds for the war. And they're really quite a nice biscuit, very nice and sort of sweet and chewy. So all the biscuits are gone except for a few little crumbs, which I might have those later. So I'll sign off now and say I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you found it relaxing. Thanks for watching and goodbye for now.